Hello, good morning. It's Sherry. It is about 4:20 in the morning. So I just got home from work. And yes, I got home a little early. I'm really bad about that. I leave early all the time. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Um, this is just basically my grief journey. I have several videos that tell about my journey. My husband passed away in September of 2024, and I started making these videos, a little bit last year. I started, and so I would invite you to go back and look at some of my older videos, especially my grief journey number 1. Um, but if you like my videos, by all means, give me a like. If you'd like to subscribe, um, and give me a comment. I like the comments. So that being said, and then if you're somebody who, whoops, what am I doing? Sorry about that. And if you're somebody who has been following me, welcome as well. So I did want to just jump in and tell you a little bit about what's been going on. It's been a couple days since I made a video. The last one I made, I was having a hard time. And I'll let you know. That's another thing if you're new here. Oh, if you're new here, this is my cat. She generally in all my videos. Now she wasn't in my last video, and I thought it was weird. Oh, sorry. Here her is. There's my baby. There her is. Anyway, sorry about that. Now I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Um, anyway, totally lost my train of thought. What I was saying on my last video, I was talking about I was having a really hard time. And that's what I started to say. If you're new here, I'm honest. I tell you everything. I tell you the ups and downs, everything. But my last video, I was having a hard time, and I mentioned that. I told you how hard it has been lately for me. And anyway, I wanted to do this video today to tell you things have gotten better. I've been having some better days, and I basically, and I've said this since the beginning, for me, I try to stay busy. If I stay busy, if I find things to do, I find things to occupy my time, I have better times. Yes, grief can sneak up on you when you least expect it anyway, but I was staying busy. I'm trying to do some home improvements. Now, I did mention something about cabinets. I mean, not cabinets, countertops. No, I'm not doing that yet, but I did, I got me a new kitchen faucet, and so that's my next project, is putting in the faucet, which I'm not even going to mess with until my next day's off. But anyway, so that's what I've been doing. I got the faucet. I got everything I need, plumbing and all that. So that's my next project. And by the way, somebody asked me, how do you know how to do all that stuff? I didn't know how to do all that stuff. YouTube has taught me how to do all that stuff. If I need to find out how to do something, I go to YouTube, I type in what I'm looking for, and 99.9% of the time I'm going to find the answer. Okay? So, it's amazing what you can learn on YouTube. But anyway, so I wanted first of all to let you know that, I'm doing better. I did have an issue yesterday, and this had nothing to do with grief. I fell, and I'm okay, but I did take a tumble, and I've always been a little bit fearful of falling just because of my age. And I just, um, I actually, to be perfectly honest, I never really was that afraid of falling until I fell, oh, probably 3 years ago or something like that. I fell and broke my shoulder. First break I ever had in my life. It's, you know, and that, and ever since I've just had this fear of breaking something. But anyhow, sorry. I just heard a noise, and I know what it was. It was one of my cats going out the pet door. Anyway, now, um, I fell. I was in my kitchen. I was cooking, and I kind of took a step back. And when I did, I tripped. And so I fell backwards. And that's the weird thing, though. I literally, um, it was like it was in slow motion. I was I was falling very slowly, and I did actually hit my head on the leg of one of my dining room chairs. It wasn't a bad hit, but it did when I hit it. I mean, my face kind of went forward. My neck kind of did, I don't know, kind of jerked my neck. So it was my neck that hurt a little bit. But literally, I'm going to say this. I'm just going to say it. And if you think I'm crazy, you think I'm crazy. Okay? Um, it literally felt like as I started falling that something was underneath me and just lowered me down gently. So, like I said, y'all can think I'm crazy if you want to. I really don't care. Um, I have my own, I have my beliefs. And I believe that I was protected, whether it be my husband, whether it be angels, whatever. Something, something helped me from really hurting myself. And I believe that. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Other than it did cause me to have some fear. Because I did get very fearful because I started thinking, oh my gosh, I live alone. This could have been bad. I could have, good Lord, my cat's having a fit over there. She got in finally. Um, well, actually, I don't know if she got in or yeah, she got in. Okay, sorry about that. But anyway, I started thinking about this could have been bad because what if I had hit so hard that I knocked myself out? No telling how long I would have laid there until probably I came to, because nobody ever comes over. And then I thought, well, if I'd fallen and broken something, my phone wasn't near me, and then I would have been trying to get to the phone. I just started realizing it could have been a bad situation. So I'm so thankful that it wasn't. In fact, I'm wearing my shirt that says blessed because I felt very blessed that I did not hurt myself worse. And, but it did scare me. It did scare me. And then it made me, you know, when my husband first died, I remember that alone feeling you get, and I still get from time to time. But I remember thinking, this is a big old world. This is a big, big world. And I'm all alone in it. I'm absolutely all alone in it. And that, that's sad. That's just sad, no matter how you look at it. And this whole situation with me falling, literally, and I'm not trying to feel sorry for myself, but I don't have any, I never had any of my own children. I have two stepsons, um, who, they have their own life. I mean, they're 42 and 40, something like that. And, and they're raising their kids. So because of them, I have four grandchildren who are now starting to be teenagers. And so it's not like people come over here every day. Nobody ever comes over here. I don't get company. I don't get, you know. So in that situation of me falling, I realized, wow, I could have been on the floor for a long time before anybody ever noticed anything was wrong. That being said, I'm going to move away from that because I don't want to start feeling all sorry for myself. So anyway, like I said, thankfully I'm okay. I got a little bit of neck pain, but I've got a bad neck right anyway on this side. So it just, just kind of aggravated it. But anyway, there was something else very strange that happened yesterday, which scared me. Again, I've been having a lot of fear lately. But yesterday I was taking a shower, getting ready for work. I'm in the shower, and I thought I heard something but I thought, I don't know what that was. Well, then all of a sudden I heard boom, 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 somebody beating on my door. And I went, oh my God, somebody's at the door, and they're really, really hitting it hard. Well, I turn off the water. I'm getting out of the shower, from my bathroom, there's a window that I can look out and see my driveway. And I peeked out that window, and it was a sheriff. It's a sheriff car out there. And I went, oh shit, what the hell? Well, I'm in there trying to dry off, trying to get dressed real quick, because I didn't want to go to the door in my robe. And I'm trying to do all as fast as I can. I get to the front door. I open the door, and there's nobody there, but the car's still there. And I'm like, oh shit, where'd he go? So I thought, I bet he's going to the back door. So I run, go to my back door, and by the time I get there, I heard the car starting up, and I went, what the hell? And I go back to the front door, and he's going down the driveway, and he's gone. So I have no idea what the sheriff wanted. I don't know. I don't know if they were looking for somebody. And that's what scared me. Because when I get home a lot of time in the middle of the night. Or even no matter when I get home, it's dark. I live in the country. So it started scaring me. If he was looking for a bad guy, is that bad guy going to be in my house when I get home? And I never normally get scared. But I got scared. But everything looked okay when I pulled up and everything, and I came in and I checked everything out real good. Made sure nobody's hiding in here anywhere. But, normally speaking, I kicked the camera, sorry about that. Normally I don't get scared. I just don't. I haven't. However, I have gotten more scared. I have a neighbor, or I had a really, really, really good neighbor right beside me. Real sweet little old man. But him and his wife, they watched out for me. They watched my place all the time. They paid attention to when my car would go, leave, come back. Anybody pulled in, they're going to know it. And if somebody pulled in that wasn't supposed to be here, they was going to, they had to come over. Who are you? What are you doing there? Now, but, they moved. And so now there's new neighbors over there that I don't know. I have not met them. But it just, I suddenly don't have somebody watching. It's just, so it kind of made me a little bit sad. But anyhow, no, my cat, I'm sorry. She was fixing to, hey, come here. Yeah, come over here. Leave that alone. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. She's my little baby. She is. She shows me. She keeps me company when I get lonely. When I get lonely, her keeps me company. Animals are great. Everybody's seen this cat. I've got 3, but everybody's seen this one. But, when you're grieving, if you have an animal, it helps. It helps. It just does. It gives you something to do. You got to take care of them. You got to feed them. Take care of them. And they give you lots of loving. And something about animals, they give that unconditional love. And so she has been my little baby. She absolutely has been my little baby. But in fact, though, I think when I fell, I tripped over a cat toy. And so it was you. You're trying to kill me. She said, no, I would never hurt you, Mama. But anyway, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I'm tired. It's time for me to get to bed. But I mainly just wanted to come on and tell you I'm doing better. You know how that goes. You know how the grief goes. Oh, my goodness. I was fixing to end this video and I didn't say. Anybody who watches my videos knows I have 3 things that I say on every single video. And I hadn't said a one. And I'm so sorry. Okay. The first one. It is okay to not be okay. I've had many, many, many days where I'm not okay. And it is absolutely, it's okay. It's okay. You can have a bad day. You can not be okay. And, when you're grieving, when you've lost someone that you love, that is a trauma. That is a trauma. And unless you've lost somebody, you won't know what I'm talking about. But if you have and you're grieving, you understand you have dealt with the trauma. You've dealt with the trauma to your brain. And so it is absolutely okay to have days where you're not okay. And the other thing that I always say is grief is a journey that never ends. It changes, but it never ends. And, like in my very, 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 if you look back to my very, very, very first video, I talk about things that people say that they shouldn't say to someone that's grieving. I don't dwell on that much anymore, but one thing is a biggie is, once it's been past a year, people think that you should just be done. It's over with. You should just be done. And that is just absolutely not true. It is absolutely not true. And I'm going on, let's see, it's about over 15 months since my husband died. And it's just, there are days that it's just as hard as day one. It comes and goes. But this is my third thing I say all the time. Love never dies. Love never dies. I don't care how much time has gone by. The love is still there. The love is absolutely still there. It doesn't die. And And that gives me comfort. You know, I know that I will see my husband again someday. I also know he watches over me. I know he does. He sent me many, many signs. And I know he watches over me. And the other thing that I definitely always like to say in all my videos, especially if you're having if you're having a bad day, something that I do, and I do this myself. I absolutely do this, especially when there's times, like in my last video I mentioned I was spiraling. I was having a bad time. I was doing a lot of crying, but one thing I always try to do when I'm really in that state, I try to do it anyway, but I always try to think of one thing that's positive about that day. One thing that's either already happened that day or that I'm going to do that day, but one positive thing. And then I want to count my blessings, because it's so easy to focus on everything that we've lost. And like I was saying earlier about being alone and everything, it's so easy to focus on all the negative. So I always take a moment every day, count my blessings, no matter how big or how small. I count my blessings, and I just thank God for my blessings, and try to not focus on what I've lost, but focus on what I do have. And so with that being said, I'm going to end this video, and I'm just going to tell everybody to have a very, very blessed day. And I will talk to y'all in a couple of days. Bye-bye.